I really hope they have chicken fingers in the suite.
Ooh, dude. So we're getting a little early start to the podcast so you can make this game. They better have chicken fingers in the suite.
And honey mustard. 'Cause I don't fuck with barbecue sauce.
Ted Jones messed with the wrong melon farmers.
Ted Jones, I also call him the eighth wonder of the real estate world.
Ted Jones, who knows? You know, it could be
Ted Jones?
The Ted Jones World Podcast.
Hi, welcome to episode 14 of the Ted Jones World Podcast. Pat, you like that?
Yeah,
I had to give them with the good mood. Hi, how you been, bro?
I'm so
How was your
good.
weekend? Welcome again. Okay, I'll give you a normal introduction to episode 14 of the Ted Jones World Podcast. I am joined, as always, by my sidekick to the, you guessed it, 45-degree angle, Pat Charmel. What's good, brother?
What's good, man? What a great weekend it was.
It really
You're
was.
looking tan. Where were you?
Oh, it was in Miami. Did
taking
I tell you?
selfies?
Did I tell you last week that I was going to Miami?
I think you might have
Did I
mentioned
let
it.
you know? Oh
I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
said I was going to a wedding. It
Yeah.
was a perfect wedding. Stress-free, amazing. It was all at one hotel, and everything was very nice and sweet. The older people didn't bother us much. Us younger folk. There were no purple streaks in the hair, as we had discussed previously, how old people dye their hair and it somehow turns to a streak of purple.
Yeah, but old people.
We still don't know how that
according to
happens.
you, is 35 and older.
Right. So you know what? Maybe there were actually good amount of older people there. Short wedding. Our buddy Giulio Gallerati was the officiant.
How did you do?
He did amazing. I obviously was crying, or maybe not so obviously. I don't know if I come off as a crier or something like that.
You were
but
crying of laughter or
no,
emotion?
dude, emotion.
Really?
Crying of laughter throughout the weekend because it was a
Right.
very funny
Right.
weekend, but emotion during the wedding service itself, dude. There was a lot of freaking love in the air. Let's get that off here to bat. So I guess that's why we are actually titling this episode. What are we titling it, Pat? We are titling this episode "I Love You." Is that weird? The reason why we are titling that,
Wait. You're titling it "I love you" or "I love you," comma, is that weird? Question mark.
I love you, comma. Is that weird? Question mark.
Okay.
And I think that, love is a very cherishable thing, I
Sure
thought.
is.
All right, you know what? Whatever. We'll get back
Possibly
to that.
the most cherishable thing.
Yeah, you know what? You are right. We'll get back to that name title as we have here for episode 14.
Cool.
But
cool.
anyway, like I was saying, it was really amazing, beautiful service, short and sweet. Shout out to one of my very good friends, Ricky Velez, and
Shout out
my
Ricky.
other very good friend, Jules. So they got married. They have a lovely son, and it was truly a terrific weekend, man. It was great. So I'll go back to the point why I guess the name of this episode is "I Love You," comma. Is that weird? So I initially was talking to this girl who I had met on a dating app. Sorry for so much talk on dating app,
Yes,
but this
all you talk about is
dude,
dating apps.
So
dude.
I met
Get a
this, but
girlfriend.
dude, the thing, literally, bro, like what is going on with me, bro? All I'm doing is these dating apps. What? Okay, so no, that was dramatic. But anyway, I had matched with this girl, I guess, over a year ago or something, and she was at the wedding. And the table that I was sitting at, what I thought was the singles table, right? Like,
Yeah.
I saw that, my other boys were sitting over there, but the one had a girlfriend and this and that.
Uh-huh.
And I looked all around at the table, and I knew for sure that at this table of like 15 people, at least 12 of them were single.
Yeah.
That I knew of. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know if I didn't know two, and then this one, girl, I didn't know if she was
Uh-huh.
single or not.
Okay.
So, we were talking a little bit, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm Teddy. Like, by the way, like, we've met. You remember me, right?" And then she's like, "Yeah, of course." And I think that's like a fresh move initially, just to be like, "Oh, you like remember me, right?" Like, "Oh yeah, I hardly checked this dating app. Like, I don't know if you remember me or anything, but yeah, we had, I guess a few lines of combo back a year and a half ago when we matched.
Yeah.
So we were talking. It was really great. We hit it off for sure. We were dancing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun songs on the dance floor. Shout out DJ Cypher Sounds was there.
Let's go.
You know Cypher Sounds?
Drop a bomb for Cypher Sound.
Cypher, dude,
Flex,
Cypher Sounds and I were talking about Tony Robbins, which was very fresh, getting spiritual. But let me just rewind. So I was having great conversations with this girl.
Yeah.
And then I went up to our buddy Giulio Gallerati, the officiant.
I know him.
I was like, well, yeah, he was on the episode, as everyone knows, episode 7.
Yeah. Fireside chat.
We were talking about this girl sitting in my table, and I had asked him, I was like, dude, so is my whole table like the singles table? What's the deal with that?
You asked Julio this?
I asked Julio that. I mean, I was going to go to the groom after that, but I mean, I assumed Julio would maybe know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, dude, I think everyone over there is single. I was like, oh, dude, so blank is single? Not, you know what? No, the story didn't end as well as I had thought it was going to end.
Can you get to the point, please?
I'm not naming any names here, Pat. I'm just not doing it. I asked Julio if this girl at the table was single, and he said, no, dude, she's had a boyfriend for 8 months.
Oh.
Which is absolutely fine. Like, no worries. Like, that's cool. It happens, whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, first of all, these days, I feel like you never expect anyone to have a boyfriend. Like, whenever
Why is that?
Well, just in general, whenever you see, like, a person who's attractive, male or female, chances are, like, you just assume they're single. I mean, is that crazy? Unless they have a ring on their finger, which a lot of girls did at this. A lot of women did at this wedding.
Yeah, I guess it depends.
But just in general, I feel like you always kind of lean towards assuming people are single.
Yeah, possibly. I guess so.
So I went up to her and I was like, "Oh, I thought this was the singles table, and you were just sitting at the singles table." You said that to her? Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, well, I don't know. Yeah, this and that." And then I immediately was like, "Well, I was in love with you, like." you
dropped the L-bomb on her right
there, dude.
Fresh, haven't talked in 10 months.
Like,
by the way, I love you.
More than that, it was like 17 months probably.
17 months.
I was like, I don't even know, man. I think I got tricked.
Wait, so she didn't say?
I was joking. No, she didn't even say it.
When you said,
I brought it up.
When you said, I thought this was the singles table, she didn't say, no, I have a boyfriend?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I had to bring it up. I was like, I was in love with you. And then I walked away and she's like, wait, what are you talking about? Get back here. Like, what do you mean? This always happens to me. And then that was like funny. But then like we were speaking later in the night and then, nothing was the same after that.
Dude, the dating woes of Ted Jones. Man.
Yeah, bro. It's not.
It's rough out there.
Yeah, it hasn't been going as
it's
great.
It's rough out there, man.
Jeez, bro. So hopefully when I get this jaw fully fixed, the dates will start coming, pal. But hey, if they don't, I have you. So I just had some dry ass edamame before I hopped on here. But how are you feeling, Pat?
I'm doing fine.
What the heck did you do this weekend?
My mouth is nice and moist.
Oh, yeah, you got a nice little water over
there. Don't say that. That's gross.
Oh, dude.
Such a gross thing to say.
Where'd you get that water from? Don't let them know because we still haven't gotten it.
I don't know. You bestowed it upon me when I walked in.
That's true.
As you usually do. You're so good to me, man.
So, Pat, you want to talk a little bit about climate change? I want to start off. I'm very excited that Michael Bloomberg is running for president.
Yeah,
He was a great mayor, and let's beat Donnie T, okay?
Let's beat Donnie T.
So at the Harvard-Yale football game this past weekend,
Let's go Bulldogs.
There was a massive climate change protest on the field, and students were on the field. I think it was students and faculty, I believe, were on the field for like an hour and refused to get off. Very cool. And the people who didn't get off after
what exactly are they protesting? Like they're protesting climate change, but who are they protesting? The government? Are they protesting Donald Trump?
I think that
go out and buy an electric car. Do all those people that were on that field have an electric car?
I mean, chances are they probably won't be able to afford a car going to Harvard and Yale, bro, because those are expensive schools.
Oh, the tenured faculty at Harvard and Yale can't afford a Model 3 Tesla for $25,000.
I think that it's a nice gesture. A lot of Well, I understand what you're saying.
I just hate empty protesting.
I think it's a nice gesture, though.
But
we need to make it more aware in this environment. I feel.
I just don't.
Because if Donnie T gets elected again, man, we're gonna sink.
Too many people protest for the sake of protesting is my thing.
That's true.
They don't. Actions speak louder than words.
You know what? You're right. And I also want to refer back to episode 13 where I said. Semi-vegans deserve love too. I want to clarify that. I'm not a full-time vegan, but I definitely deserve I definitely deserve my credit here.
So you're just doing it for pats on the back is what you're saying.
I'm doing it for pats on the back. Just joking. Pat is on my back. Do you guys get that? Pat Charmel over here on my back. My guy. Anyway, I do eat fish, and then when I mention that, they're like, oh, you're a pescatarian. Shut up. You know what I want to eat. Just kidding. I didn't really get that heated, when I'm having that conversation fully. Pat, I love documentaries, bro. Nothing like getting in knowledge.
I need a good doc. I haven't watched any good. I used to mess with the docs all the time.
Have any?
On Netflix.
Do you have? You don't have any for me right now. I actually watched a good Bernie Madoff documentary.
I heard about that
on
one.
The Discovery Channel. No, but not the one with Robert De Niro. I need to see that.
I just heard about one. I don't know which one it was.
Yeah, there's a few. So Bernie Madoff.
Do you know Bernie Madoff?
$50 billion
I feel like you know
Ponzi
these guys.
scheme. No, I don't know Bernie Madoff. I know of him. Was not a guy. No, was not a great guy, dude. Maybe we should have named this episode "Love Is Free." Is that a good title?
Is love free? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. When you're giving out, I don't even
you
know
have to
if
pay
people
for
are taking
you
it.
have to pay $10 a month to swipe right on Hinge.
Oh my goodness, you're
free.
right. Love is absolutely not free. But they're like, oh, I think their justification on the app is like, oh, well, you're gonna get 30% more dates. I'm like, dude, 30 times 0 is still 0, pal. I'm just joking around over here.
Are you?
I'm a sweet guy. And if anyone wants my number, just hit up Pat.
I think,
and he'll give you my number.
I think this podcast is turning just a campaign to get you a date.
Dude, I think it literally has slowly but surely. All right, dude. It's also, speaking of getting me a date, it's also funny how when you're in tropical places or such, like there's an appropriate place for you to have like short shorts on and have your shirt off. Like, can you imagine if I was just chilling in the apartment right now?
I saw those. I saw an Instagram story. They were some hip huggers, some thigh huggers.
Which one? Which one?
That yellow one.
Oh, my yellow suit.
Those were skimpy.
Oh,
man.
You saw that TMZ shot?
That was skimpy. Well, no, I saw an Instagram story, but then I saw that.
Oh. Ooh, okay. But yeah, dude, those were actually.
You looked cute though, man.
Those are actually really short shorts.
Yeah,
I realized that as soon as I put those on. And dude, there's no pockets on those shorts. I was like, all right, so how am I supposed to carry around my keys?
Did you blow the brains out,
and my phone? What does that mean? Did I blow the brains out?
The netting. Does it have netting in it, or did you take the netting out? I often blow the brains out.
That's actually a good question.
I take the netting out. I don't mess with the netting.
That's interesting.
Unless they're that short, you might need some netting because everything's hanging out.
You know
if you make one wrong move.
There was definitely netting because you're right. If I made one wrong move, man, it was all coming out. But yeah, so told 2 girls I love them on Saturday night. I was 0 for 2 on Saturday night. Sunday was pretty standard. Saw my family. We had a family Thanksgiving before this coming Thursday. So on my dad's side, that was great. Everyone there was loving me.
Did you eat?
Said a lot of loving.
Jeez.
A lot of loving phrases.
Everyone there loves me.
Yeah, well, that's all family there, So
did you eat
got
meat?
a choice.
Did you eat any
blood.
meat? Did you eat turkey?
Did I eat any meat?
Yeah.
No, I didn't, bro.
Good job.
But there was a lot of vegetables there, so I enjoyed that. I went to an insane club on Friday night in Miami when I was there. 11. You ever heard of 11?
No.
So it's like a strip club that's open 24 hours, but it's like I guess they call it a strappy strip club. I meant a classy, classy strip club. Which it is.
That's what they always say.
Well, this one I think, dude, but this is honestly only the second one I've ever been to. Actually, the first time, were you there? I went to Electric Blue with an SAE.
I never went. No, I never went.
Okay, so
I've never been to Electric
Blue
Blue.
was this club like 30
have.
minutes from UConn, and Pat and I both went to University of Connecticut. I went there one time, and I was freaked out, dude.
With the SAE guys, you went?
With your frat bros.
I think they went pretty often.
They had like a house account.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Free chicken wings.
Insane. So, Pat, let's get to our weekly segment. Give me a drum roll. That was like a rap drum roll.
I don't have one this week though.
You didn't what?
I
don't
feel
do that.
I only have one like every other week.
Good. I have 2, bro.
Okay, good.
So perfect.
Right.
And I usually am struggling after you. You have such a good.
I know
one.
mine are so good.
Yeah. All right. So, you know what? I'm gonna blow up big corporation on the first one.
Blow them up.
Starbucks.
Exposed.
First of all, excuse me. This is our weekly segment called "Don't Do That." If you'd like to get involved in this segment, I guess we can open up to viewership.
We need what's it called? I can't figure out what we should do though. We need like an intro little music theme thing.
Yeah.
If anyone out there, is a sound engineer
that plays guitar
or something, we need some clips of people saying, "Don't do that."
This weekend's segment. Don't do that. So, Pat, as I said, I'm going to blow up a coffee company right now, Starbucks.
Expose them.
Starbucks. So I went to Starbucks the other day. I did do that, and I ordered a Trenta. You ever heard of a Trenta? You've never heard of a Trenta? So a Trenta is, I do not know how many ounces is that.
30 in Italian?
Can you look that up for me, please?
Sure.
Over there while I'm just explaining this to the guys over here. So I ordered a Trenta, and before the guy put in all the ice, it was half full.
Huh?
It was half full before
coffee?
Before he put in all the ice. So whatever that Trenta was, it was half ice.
Yeah, haven't we talked about this? You got to ask for half ice.
No, we've never talked about asking for light ice, but then I went back the next day, and then I figured it out, and then it was warm. So that's how they get you. Are you searching how many ounces is a Trenta? I guess all the Starbucks people also know very easily.
31
is a
31,
Trenta.
31 ounces.
Why is it 31? Okay, so...
But 30 obviously means 30. Trenta obviously means 30.
Yeah, so there's 15.5 ounces of straight ice, man. How much am I paying for that?
How much do you really need that much coffee?
I mean, it's nice to have, especially when it's half ice. No, but then I got it without any ice. It was just like a warm smoothie of black coffee. It was not good. Okay, next corporation I'm going to blow up. 2 corporations.
So what's the don't do that?
Today.
Don't skimp my coffee with ice.
The coffee.
Yeah.
I love how I just didn't have like an underlining don't do that. I just got mad that I'm giving you half ice.
Off at Starbucks.
Yeah, but like which makes sense. The other don't do that. And Uber's a service industry
Uber
business.
Sucks.
No?
Yeah.
Uber also just got banned in London. Did you see that? Because it's not safe, apparently.
Good.
They're not
Uber
doing
sucks. It's so annoying.
Enough background checks and stuff. So what do you take? Side note quickly.
I'll take
which
Subway.
Is fresh.
I'm trying to save the environment.
Absolutely. The Subway's the best. Anyway, Uber drivers, no need to talk to me in the back seat. A simple how's your day is fine.
Yeah.
But let's cut it out after that.
Yeah.
Also, if I want to open my gosh darn window, let me open my window. Please don't close it. Unannounced too. Like I'm not going to notice you're closing my window.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess it's their car. They can do what they want.
The window's going up. Oh yeah, but not on my credit card.
Not on my credit card.
Yeah, right.
Not on my Chase Sapphire.
Yeah,
not gonna happen,
dude. Right? In cabs, they don't do that. I feel like because there's
cabs,
enough,
you can do whatever the hell you want.
Right? Because cabs, there's also enough separation. Usually, you got the bulletproof glass in front of you.
You got the armored, the tempered glass.
Dude, I've thought a lot of time. My buddy Spencer actually was in the backseat of a cab. And the cab stopped short, and he
smacked his
almost
dome
broke his nose on that glass. Broke his nose.
Damn,
that's
a
scary thought.
Him? Did he get that bag?
No, I think it was on New Year's, so he was inebriated, as they say. So Kawhi Leonard, arguably one of the greatest NBA players in the league right now, playing for the Los Angeles Clippers, has been taking off a few games here and there for load management. Now, I'm putting load management in quotation marks just because a lot of other players in the league and previous, I guess, people who played in the NBA were saying how if they, attributed their time more wisely, they'd be just as good as Kawhi. So I don't know
about that.
Okay, well I totally agree, man. So and at the same time, I feel like these owners are now paying all these players, or certainly the big time guys, like at least $25 million a year. Like there are guys who are 6 men on the team who are making $20 million a year.
Yeah.
So these superstars making upwards of even $35 million a year. These owners got to be careful, man. These guys are putting people in the seats. It's a huge investment each year. And I'm starting to understand this load management thing. If the NBA has an issue with load management and TV schedules and tickets not being sold because LeBron's not playing, whatever, we got to shorten the season a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I agree with
82 games and playoffs is a long time, along with preseason too.
It's a balance because people want to go see LeBron. If they're going to a Lakers game, that's what they want to see. And if he's sitting on the bench, they're going to be pissed. But also, I mean, you can't overwork these guys. Right. The season's so long.
Yeah, totally.
But I don't know.
Colin Kaepernick, remember we were talking about this guy last week. So he actually had his, I don't know if I want to call it a tryout, but a workout at a high school in Atlanta, and 8 teams showed up. They sent out, or his team sent out his workout to the 25 other teams in the league, and no one has gotten back to him yet. So I think that him not having the scheduled NFL workout may have put a bad taste in these NFL owners' mouths, but I'm not sure if he was even going to play in the first place. I think
if he wanted to play.
Well, I'm thinking that now that these owners have an excuse not to sign him, I don't think they're going to sign him.
Right. Yeah, he gave them an excuse basically.
Yeah.
I don't know. We talked about this last week. I don't really know what his motive was. Was his motive to play or to not play?
Yeah, I think that he just at this point just wanted to have the upper hand. I mean, that's what it looks like. I don't want to like fully say what was in his head, but it looked like he kind of just wanted to
get
have
over this guy.
He wanted to have the upper hand there.
They need to get. It's like it's done. If no one signs him, I don't want to ever hear about this guy again. He's not even that good.
He should be but
dude. He can go be an activist somewhere else. Just don't be
playing in the NFL though.
Sure, but if he's not going to get signed, then he's not going to get signed. You know, and then
you
like
just want to be done with it.
Yeah, go be. You can.
I feel
sure,
like he kind of wants to be done with it too.
Then be done with it. Why is he trying to get back into the league then? Saying he's the one saying that like, oh, the owners didn't give me a chance. It's been 3 years. I've been denied for 3 years. All right, man. Well, if it doesn't happen this time, I appreciate what he does. He's an activist, but you go be an activist. Don't be an NFL player. You know.
Very fair.
So
very fair. And I think he's doing a great job as an activist already. So
sure,
he can continue to do more great things. So flew back from Miami. As you know, that's how I got back here. And boy, are my arms tired.
Why?
Just kidding, man. I didn't actually fly with my arms. I
flew
on a plane,
what a
Patrick.
nice dad joke.
You like that?
No.
And go in flight wasn't working.
Oh,
as it
it's
never
the
does.
Worst. Never works.
I feel like it never really works.
It's like it'll work for like you can stream. It's like you can pay for two different things, like just iMessage, or then you can pick the streaming option, and then you pick the streaming option, and the streaming doesn't work.
Why is it so expensive? Also, you can subscribe for $50 a month.
No,
what?
No chance.
I'm not paying $600 a year for Wi-Fi at the airport.
Dude, plane tickets are so expensive nowadays. You just like the world is Wi-Fi run. You need to just include Wi-Fi in the price of your ticket.
A little weird.
It's insane.
Then they just started including, snacks and drink.
Yeah, well, I mean, they still don't really give you anything. You fucking cookies. Shitty-ass cookies.
Good-looking cookies. Pat, I actually wanted to discuss what you do when the Wi-Fi isn't working on the plane. What do you do, man?
Nothing.
Just sit there? You want to know what
I
do, bro?
I'll try and download a podcast before the plane starts.
Yeah.
Or the flight starts.
Before that plane gets its engine running.
Yeah, and listen to that. Or I'll just like... I don't know, go through my phone and delete old pictures.
How do you feel about Fruit Ninja?
I never played Fruit Ninja.
You never played Fruit Ninja?
Yeah, I don't mess with games.
Fruit Ninja is a fun little game. You swipe your pointer finger across the screen and you just slice fruit. Get combos, rack up points.
The problem
get
is
new swords.
Like technology and social media has made my attention span so piss poor that like I can't focus on something on my phone for like more than a minute. I'll be like watching a YouTube podcast and get bored of it and then switch to something else and go on Instagram and then switch to I can't.
Dude, how did people even live back in the day when they had this freaking enormous piece of paper in their hands? They're like, oh yeah, dude, oh yeah.
I'd rather go back to that because they had attention. Like that's all there was, so they had to be interested in.
You can just listen to you and I chop it up about nothing over here and then be on the treadmill for 30 minutes and then you're good.
On the treadmill that's different because you can't be really going through your phone, but they're like you have everything at your fingertips, so like why limit yourself to like 10 minutes of one thing?
That's true.
Right? So like you're just so used to being able to watch everything. So like, okay, I'm sick of this. I'm going to go. And then I'll go back to that one. I don't know. It's bad. And
people also say that, this generation is so much more antisocial, which I understand because the phones are huge lock to like your person just in general. But if you look at old pictures from back in the day, people on the buses and trains, everyone's got a newspaper out.
Yeah.
Like, it was so cool to read back then. And even now, like, older people are like, oh, yeah, you got to be reading at least a book a week if you're a CEO. Yeah. Well, why don't you just watch a documentary once a week, Pat?
Yeah, listen to a podcast. And CEOs definitely do
not
read a book a week.
That's freaking also true. Side note.
They don't
why don't you just listen to this podcast once a week? Yeah. What about a CEO?
A real CEO who's busy does not have time to read a book a week.
That's true. But also, you shouldn't have the patience to be reading a book a week, bro. There are 52 books that were put out a year that are interesting enough to read. Actually, that's a very ignorant thing.
No,
of me to say.
dude, it's hard to get into a book. It's long. It's a big commitment, and if it's not like really gaining your attention, I'll start. I've started so many books that I've read 4 chapters of.
Oh my god! I didn't even mention this shirt that I have on. DM me for an ad. We will discuss your book. I've mentioned a book or 2 on this podcast, but now we're looking to get paid for it. So Pat, do you have any favorite books besides Frindle?
Besides what?
You remember that book back in the day. We read it in 4th grade. I'm not sure if you did, but my class read it in 4th grade. And I feel like that was the last book that was fully in depth in terms of like stuff that kept me interested and storyline. So this kid wanted to make up a cool word. So he started calling his pen a frindle. And at the end of the book, that word was in the dictionary.
Holes? That's what I read. No,
that was just an insane little knowledge dropper that I was just like, yeah, Frindle is an incredible book. Catcher in the Rye, Frindle. Amazing.
Catcher in the Rye is actually a really good book.
It actually is a good book. Your boy J.D. Salinger has a nice way with
Holden
words.
Caulfield?
Ooh, he's a weird kid.
I relate, a couple of New England prep school kids.
Oh, right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Where do the ducks go in the brisk of
Exactly.
winter? That is a question that he asked the Central Park Ducks. Pat, so you are going to the Rangers game tonight. You a big hockey fan?
No, I don't like hockey.
I thought you were like a Bruins guy, not like a New York Rangers guy. If you were a Bruins guy. Well, Pat, you do have a black and yellow sweatshirt.
Well, that is my
right
company's logo. This is
right,
a work
it is
event.
black and yellow. And also, bro, your pad right next to you, your little notepad is black and yellow.
Really, my
too.
aesthetic is very
You
Bruins
know
right
that
now.
song Black and Yellow by Wiz Khalifa?
Yes.
I feel like that could potentially be a good song for him to come on the podcast and perform for you wearing this outfit and
Should we hit
using
him
this
up?
notepad.
We'll
DM him, but I won't
I'll
mention
DM him.
anything
Use the line.
about prior lines
use
that
the
we've had.
Yeah, use the pickup line with
Use
him. See if
the
it works.
famous pickup line. I love you. And
Guys, I don't use that pickup line a lot. Jesus.
Hopefully that'll work. But anyway, just a very transparent episode, I hope, for everyone at home and at the office and on the treadmill and on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Pat, you have anything you want to plug? You put up a nice little post of Ted Jones World, and I hope that people understood that last episode. That was actually Jesse McCartney and not Aaron Carter on Pat Charmel's Instagram. We understood that, but we're not sure how many teeny
It was
boppers
funny,
we have listening.
okay?
It was funny, bro.
I know.
You don't got to tell me twice.
get the
I
credit
really
I
did
deserve.
think it was funny. You always deserve the credit that you put forth in the world. Pat, what is going on this week, bro? You got anything popping in the pipelines?
Thanksgiving, man.
Thanksgiving is on Thursday. So what are you thankful for, Pat?
I'm thankful for the Ted Jones World podcast.
Beautiful.
I'm thankful for Ted Jones.
Nice.
And
Yeah, one more Ted Jones thing.
I'm thankful for your apartment that we record in.
Yeah.
And
The Palace.
I'm thankful for your DM me for a shirt DM me for an ad shirt.
Uh-huh.
Mix that up.
Yes.
Nice job.
Oh, and look at this live during the podcast. This is amazing. What was it? Episode 2 or 3 or 4? One of those episodes, I had mentioned my good high school buddy, Christy On, who made the round of 16 of the U.S. Open this past summer, which was about 3 months ago, bro. And I told you earlier that I texted her. I didn't text her, I love her, but I actually do love her. She's a great friend of mine. I texted her, do you have any plans on Sunday? Would love to hit with you and do a podcast episode if you're free. And dude, she said she's free.
Let's go.
So we are going to have
It's about time.
the next episode 15, dedicated to Christian. Christian is going to join us for a fireside chat. I ain't even lying. You see this on the camera too. You're seeing this over here. This is the real live time text that we're getting.
That's amazing.
So hopefully, Christy and I will get in an hour and a half on the tennis court because I was a big tennis player back in the day. I played in college. You knew that.
Wow, you did?
You came to
I did not
a
know
match
that.
or two.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, Pat, you're
I
being
knew that, but
modest
I
over
definitely
there.
never came to a match.
Yeah, Pat and I weren't friends in college, but ever since after
That was too
college,
cool
bro,
for
we honestly have a beautiful blossomed friendship.
yeah,
And Pat,
well.
also, I want to tell the viewers and listeners, they might be excited to know.
What?
Should I let them in on our little discussion we had about a second camera that we're going to be adding to the podcast?
You can tell them.
I'm
Don't get their
going
hopes
to
up.
tell them. And you guys should get your hopes up because it's coming to you live and in charge. We'll be setting up a new camera in here. So, Pat, we will have 2 cameras
Wow.
fired up for the
Where
podcast.
Are the other one? Where's the other one? What's
We're
the other
gonna
one
figure
be
out
on?
placement. Don't you worry. 45-degree angle, boy.
Should we have no? But what's good? What is it going to be? Like the beanbag? What are you going to be filming with the second camera?
You, pal.
Oh, me.
You, pal.
Oh, so I'm gonna have to blur my face
We're
the
gonna
entire
have to
time.
blur your face as
Oh,
they
that's gonna be
do.
a lot of work.
So this is exciting. Oh my goodness. Episode 14 here.
Yep.
What did we title it again? You can read it right here on your screen, Pat. What does it say?
I love you. Is that so weird?
I love
that right?
you. Is that so weird?
Isn't that what it was?
No, it's I love you, comma. Is that weird?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
That
close
was
though.
so off.
Close though, dude. So episode 15, we will have Christy on here for a fireside chat, and I'm just gonna get into her mind. We'll ask her a lot of fun, interesting questions.
Don't ask her anything not fun.
We will keep it all PG, maybe PG-13 if we're gonna throw a damn or a gosh darn it in there. But it'll be PG, fun talk. Christiane, again, a good friend of mine. Pat, you're going to love her. And hopefully we actually get to play tennis.
Soon to be a good friend of
beforehand.
mine.
That's very true, man.
Yeah.
You're a very friendly guy.
Yeah. As we
Sometimes
know.
I give Pat a hard time about doing mean jokes. But
Yeah, he gives me a
it's
hard
all
time.
It's all in good fun. And I know you. And
He's,
I know you
he's
don't really
terrible
mean
to
it.
me off camera.
And I know you. And I know
He's
you don't
abusive.
mean it. No, I'm not. Come on, Pat. I'm a sweetheart. All I say, Pat, don't say that on camera. That was him slapping his leg, just in case you're not watching on the tube. He was joking. Pat, you have any inspirational things you want to let the audience know before we get off of here? Excuse me, rather. This was a good episode, bro. We were flowing pretty well.
So says
You know, I hope that you won't cut out an enormous segment. Hope you didn't feel uncomfortable by anything.
No, I wasn't.
But,
But you will not be giving out that line. That's
yeah.
all I have to say.
Okay, so just a clean ending here. And should I just give them the classic quote, Pat?
Mhm.
What do you think about this?
Yeah.
Hey, everyone out there, be the best you can be. And next week will surely be fun. Tune in for the fireside chat with Christiane on episode 15.
Bye.
Professional tennis player, of course. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.
Go Rangers.